Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into the two faces of artificial intelligence. It's like looking in a mirror, right? On one side, you have this incredible tool for creativity, but on the other, a seriously dangerous weapon for deception.
And that question, man, it really gets to the heart of the whole dilemma with AI today. How can the exact same technology that helps us create and connect also be the perfect tool to manipulate and mislead people on a scale we've just never seen before?
So let's start with the bright side, the creative part. We're going to look at how AI has pretty much become a grandmaster at engineering engagement. Grabbing our attention, which is basically the most valuable currency there is on the internet.
To really get a grip on AI's power here, you first have to understand the social media hook. This is that make or break moment. It's the first line, the first image, the first 3 seconds of a video. It's that split second that decides if you stop scrolling or just keep on going.
But here's the thing. These hooks aren't random, not at all. They are precision-engineered psychological triggers. They create these little curiosity gaps that our brains are just desperate to fill. They hit emotional nerves that make us want to react, or they use social proof, showing that lots of other people liked it, to make us feel like we're missing out.
And this is where AI, especially a model like ChatGPT, just blows the doors wide open. Instead of asking it for, some generic ideas, you can actually teach the machine to become a world-class expert at creating these very specific, psychology-driven hooks.
And you know what? It's surprisingly easy to do. It's basically a 3-step process. First, you tell the AI what kind of expert you want by asking for some descriptive words. Second, you use those words to write a prompt that kind of summons that expert persona into existence. And finally, you just start a new chat with that prompt. And just like that, you're not talking to a generic bot anymore, you're talking to a super focused specialist.
And what you get, well, it's incredible. You're not just asking a machine about a car problem. You're bringing to life this old-school gearhead who can give you that deep, nuanced advice that you just can't get from a manual. This is what it means to use AI as a real creative partner.
Okay, so that's what's happening right now. But what about tomorrow? This whole idea of specialized AI is growing up fast. It's moving way beyond just text. We are right on the edge of AI agents that are going to completely change how we work.
I mean, think about that for a second. This is a total game changer. The next wave of AI isn't just going to write an email for you. No, it's going to open your email program, type out the message, find the right file to attach, and then actually hit send. It'll be using your software just like a person would.
And if you look at a hypothetical near-future model like this one, the jump in skills is just massive. The ability to actually use a computer on its own, a huge boost in something like spreadsheet accuracy, and a big drop in the hallucination rate, when it just makes stuff up. These are the kinds of changes that will take AI from being a tool we ask questions to a teammate that actually does the work.
Okay, but here's the flip side of the coin. This is where our story takes a dark turn. Because the very same deep learning tech that gives us these amazing creative partners, well, it also holds a much, much darker potential. One that could tear apart the very idea of a shared reality.
And that brings us to deepfakes. We're talking about hyper-realistic AI-generated videos, images, or audio. They use the same kind of deep learning we've been talking about, but instead of creating a helpful assistant, they're used to create a completely convincing and often very malicious fake.
The growth here it's just mind-boggling. As you can see, the number of deepfakes online is basically doubling every 6 months. We went from a world where most people hadn't even heard the word, to a point where by next year, we're expecting millions of these fakes to be floating around the internet.
And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is happening right now. During the war in Ukraine, a deepfake video of President Zelensky telling his own soldiers to surrender was spread online. That was a real attempt to use this technology to disrupt a massive global conflict.
But beyond the big geopolitical headlines, the human cost of this technology is where it gets really, really painful. The psychological damage it's causing is deep, and we just can't look away from it. For the people who go through this, for the victims, this isn't just about a fake picture. They describe it as a total violation of their identity. It's like someone stole their face, their voice, their very being. It's an attack on their sense of safety in the world. And the data, well, it tells a really clear and disturbing story. This is an overwhelmingly gendered form of abuse. Studies have found that a staggering 98% of pornographic deepfakes, which is most of them, target women. It's a weaponization of their identity,
without any consent. And the psychological fallout from this is just devastating and long-lasting. Victims report incredible levels of anxiety, PTSD, a total loss of control over who they are. It forces so many people, especially women, to just retreat from their online lives, terrified to even share a photo because of how it might get twisted and used against them.
So, wow. After all that, you have to ask, what on earth do we do now? Faced with this kind of reality, how do we even start to fight back and try to rebuild some trust in what we see and hear online?
This is a really tough spot to be in. We have to build what experts call digital resilience. Basically, the skills and the tools to be critical about what we see. But at the same time, we have to be so careful not to fall for the liar's dividend. That's the scary place where things get so cynical that bad actors can just dismiss real evidence by saying, "Oh, that's just a fake."
The way forward really has to be a three-pronged attack. First, we need better technology, smarter software that can detect and label fakes. Second, we need stronger legislation with actual serious consequences for people who create this stuff maliciously. And third, and maybe most importantly, we need widespread education to give everyone the critical thinking skills to navigate this new world. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all. The technology is just going to keep getting better, for both good and bad. So protecting our shared sense of reality, protecting the very idea of trust, that's not just a tech problem anymore. It's a deeply human challenge, and it's on all of us.